Good morning and welcome to the shop here at Professional Tractor. We're going to make a little video here this morning on breaking down this 986 PTO from the International Harvester tractor. This is the same PTO used in 706 through 88 series International tractors. To do this breakdown, we also have this special tool. This is a CAS 2319. And it's a very handy tool. I highly recommend it. I've done it in the past with shop-made tools. That makes your life a lot easier. Also, the failure was caused by this control spool came loose here and lost pressure and smoked out these clutch plates. So, good time for a rebuild. And here we go. I've got the front pump section removed. Real simple, straightforward, just four 3/8 bolts, and this section pulls right off the top. I've got my spring tool installed to unload the clutch piston. So we will remove that first. Just carefully unwind it, one side at a time. First, we have to remove the snap ring. And unscrew it evenly. And when we get far enough, we can just get on there with our driver. Spring comes out. There's a little snap ring down in here to trap the piston. Take that out and the piston is free to come out of the clutch can. Piston. Next, we put our tool back on to push the clutch can down against the brake springs. And it doesn't take much travel, just a little tension on the clutch can pushes those springs back. I'm not sure if we can see this on the video, but there are three little pistons. There's 1, 2, and 3 that are spring loaded. And what that does is when you shut the PTO off, it'll grab this can and stops your output shaft from coasting on the back side. So we've got that loose. There's a snap ring in the bottom that traps that can. Back this off a little bit. can take our long studs off. Out comes the piston, and you'll see on the back side there's two nylon seals on the back of here. And those are very important when we're going back together. They're very easy to cut, and we have a special tool to compress those seals after a while. Or you can put the Magnum style steel sealing rings in there. Those work very good. It takes some of the error and guesswork out of getting those little buggers back in there. Here's our 3 brake pistons I was talking about. And those are trapped in the gear housing section from underneath. So next I'm going to take out our control valve. There's a plug on the back side underneath. Then we have to disassemble our stem, because that has to come out the bottom. That has not been loose in a long time. We take this top of the stem off. Remove the jam nut. There's this little spacer washer. And over the years, I've seen different combinations where people get these parts mixed up and they don't get back in there properly. If you follow the service manual or parts breakdown, it's very easy to get the correct parts back in the correct position. So you see this control valve looks really nice. That will get cleaned up and resealed, and probably just going to go ahead and replace this. It's all corroded here and rusty in the sealing area, so that's not good. That's a built-in oil leak. So here we've got, it's really hard to see, it's full of mud and dirt. Here we have another spacer. And down in this hole, that's where our pressure adjusting shims are located, and we'll have to get those out of there and get that cleaned up. So next would be, we're going to break this housing apart, and you'll get to see the internals and the brake springs. There, you can see it coming apart already. We've got our spring tension at work inside that housing. Wiggle this a little bit to make sure that it's off of the dowel pins. And there it comes free. And here we go. So there we have it, our 3 brake springs and the internal gears. We will break this down, clean this all up, and replace parts as necessary. And we are hoping to make another video here shortly when we get this PTO all cleaned up. One last thing I would like to mention. We are an Egg Parts Limited dealer, and they've got a really nice PTO kit here available. All the plates, all the seals, everything you could ever need to put this PTO together and more. So that's it for this morning. We really appreciate you joining us, and hopefully this was helpful for you. Thank you.